Hey y'all, happy Thursday. So you know what today is? It's Bianca Business Tea. Every Thursday I come to you with business and lifestyle tips to help you grow and scale from a business and or personal perspective. For those who do not know me, my name is Bianca Robinson. I'm a global project manager. I'm in the business of aligning strategic opportunities for my clients that will produce profitable results. I'm all about having your bank account reflect your work ethic, but the only way that we can do that is by focusing on money generating activities. I believe that if you have the right processes in your business, productivity will increase. Well, when processes and productivity meet, profit will increase as well. And so how do we do that? Systems, automation, and strategies. And so if you need help with any of those things, be sure to contact us at CaydenCayConsulting.com. But I want to talk to you guys about something a little different today. I know that I'm always coming with business tips, and so not really a lot of lifestyle. And so I get personal questions asked to me all the time. And so sometimes I'm going to use this as, a Dear Bianca, because I've been getting a lot of those questions. And so one of these questions I received was really good. And so someone sent me a direct message on Instagram and asked me how am I just so consistent with everything, and they're trying to be consistent with just something, and it seems like I'm always consistent with everything. And do I have any tips to help them get consistent? And so I'm gonna answer that question. I'm not consistent with everything. I'm consistent in what I let you see. And so that's a big difference. I'm consistent on different things in different quarters, and I operate in quarters. And so one quarter I might be real consistent with my emails. And so if I'm consistent with my emails, that means you get an email from me on Monday because I serve, and then you get an email from me on Fridays because I sell. Well, when I'm consistent with my emails and you're getting them like that, that means that I've already set them up. I set my emails up for 3 to 4 months at a time. And so I batch my emails. So it seems like I'm real consistent with it. I'm like, dang, I'm getting it every Monday and Wednesday. I'm not sitting there doing that on Mondays and Wednesdays. I've already set that up. I believe in batching. I believe that you should be inconsistent until you can be consistent. And so a lot of you guys, you don't live by that. You like, okay, I'm gonna be consistent this week, and then I fall off. Okay, now I can be consistent this week. You lose your audience, you lose your momentum, and you lose your credibility when you do those type of things. And so I believe that just be inconsistent until you can be consistent. And so if you like, you know what, this ain't a good time for me, life is just happening right now, I can't be consistent with anything, you should remain inconsistent until you can be consistent. But while you're being inconsistent, you need to be working in the background, getting all of those things in order, so that when it comes time for you to come back on the scene, that you hitting it, consistently. A lot of you guys fall off, and so therefore your word don't mean anything. It's like, yeah, life happens to us all, but we're not going to remember what happened, why you fell off, right? We're just going to remember that you fell off and you were inconsistent. So we're not going to remember the reasons why. And we care, but we really don't care. It's all about, what can you do for me, and how can you help me, and why should I even care? And so now that we know that we live in that type of society, you have to be ready. And so one quarter I might just be consistent with my emails, and so it seems like I'm consistent with everything, but I'm consistent on what I want you to see. I want you to see these emails. I want you to feel like, oh my God, like she's sending me these emails and she's on it. I'm probably not even thinking about emails. I've set those things up already. And so that's the season that I want to be consistent with. The quarter after that, I might be like, you know what? I want to be just consistent with my live broadcast. I'm going to go live 5 days a week. Like, that's what I want to be consistent with. So since you see me showing up all the time doing my live broadcast, it's like, oh my God, she's so consistent with everything. No, I'm just consistent with my live broadcast. But then I figured out how to make that one thing that I'm consistent with do multiple things. And so if I'm consistent with my live broadcast every single day, 5 days a week, that means I have promo information to put onto my social media to chop up and screw. That means I got information for my blog. That means I got information for my YouTube. That means I got information that I can add to my speaker reel. That means I got information that I can bundle together and sell them as digital products. That means that I have content that I can put for, Bianca Business Tips on Thursday. So I make that one thing that I'm consistent with do multiple things, because I don't have time to be consistent in everything, but I have figured out how to make that one thing that I'm consistent with work for me on multiple things. And so you just have to figure out what is your consistency, period. I'm not consistent with everything, but I'm consistent in what I let you see. I'm very consistent with what I need you to see, because I believe that you need to be inconsistent until you can be consistent. Well, I'm always picking to be consistent. Like, I believe that consistency builds character, consistency builds reputation, consistency builds the results, consistency builds your profit. And so I'm very consistent with what I want to be consistent with during that season, during that quarter. And so a lot of you guys try to do everything at once, and then you're burnt out. You don't feel like it. You know, you don't keep the momentum going. And so since you try to do seven things at once to be consistent with, and then a ball drop on one of them, it just messes up the whole momentum, and it has a domino effect. And so it's harder for you to get back and be consistent. I know that. And so for me, it's not like that. I pick what I want to do in quarters. I operate in quarters. And so therefore it's easier for me to say, you know what, quarter one, I'm focusing on my serve. I just want to do my email list. I'm trying to build up my list. I want to serve. Quarter two is probably a sale quarter for me, right? And so I want to be consistent with my live broadcast, because now every time I go live, you know, I always have a call to action. So I have stuff that I'm selling. So I need to go live to push the products and services that I'm selling more. You know, quarter three, I might be really consistent with my workshops. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I pick different things that I want to be consistent with each quarter. And so I'm not consistent in everything. It just look like I am. And me being a project manager, I can juggle a lot of different things. I just recently hired a full staff, but I've been in business for 7 years. And so a lot of times, you know, my business look and run like a full-fledged corporation, because I am really big on systems and processes. And so it's been me for a long time, but my business operates as if it's like 5 and 6 different people. But really, it's just me and probably a couple contractors that I hired to help me facilitate my workflow. But I'm really organized on, you know, what makes the money, what's my profit plan, what do I need to do. I'm very systemized and very organized and very strategic. And so for you, it looks like, oh my gosh, she's over here and she's doing that and she's so consistent with that. I'm not. I'm not at all, right? But I'm really consistent with what I want to be consistent with in that quarter. And so I challenge you to say, hey, like, what do I want to be consistent with this quarter? And I batch a lot of my stuff. And so I'm not going live every day like, oh my God, what I'm going to talk about. I've already written out those live broadcasts, you know, a month worth to know, like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about. So I plan a lot of my stuff, but I'm very consistent for what I want you to see. So I don't want you to try to keep up with me, right? Because you're not going to be able to. And I'm not even keeping up with me. I'm focused on this. Let me batch this so I can focus on something else. So what you see me being consistent with, I probably planned that a quarter before. And so I operate like department stores. You ever see in January when it's still cold outside and it snow, they got their spring stuff up? Because they probably did that the year before, right? You see when Halloween is finished, all of the Christmas stuff come up and the Thanksgiving stuff come up. That's because they probably planned that, right? You know what I'm saying? The year before. And so I operate as like the department stores. I'm always kind of 2-3 quarters ahead, and I'm always forecasting my business and what it is that I want to do as far as operations, as far as business growth, as far as, you know, profit analysis, business analysis, you know, that's just what I do. And so I'm trained to do this. And if you would like me to help you with that, by all means, you can definitely schedule a session at CaydenCayConsulting.com. But I don't want you to stress yourself out trying to keep up with my level of consistency, because you're not going to be able to. Because I'm not trying to. I've planned this. I've batched this. I've done this. And so I look at people look at me all the time like, oh my God, like she's so consistent. She got all this stuff going on. 70% of what I do is already scheduled, automated, and ready to go. I'm not doing none of this on the fly. So I hope this helps you. If you have questions and comments and concerns that you want me to talk about and address, you can email them to me at Bianca at CaydenCayConsulting.com. But make sure you share this video out, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye.